На протязі 3 днів у Ukraine Today Speakers Corner виступило багато цікавих спікерів та авторів. Маркус Колга розповідав про російську інформативну війну проти України та Заходу.
And so the disinformation content that once took months or years to produce now gets done very, very quickly. And it's working. This is why the Kremlin spends nearly 3 billion Canadian dollars a year on information and influence operations, both at home and abroad. Just last week outlined a $10 million effort by RT to push Russian narratives into the far-right Canadian information space using 2 Canadians. Now that's a drop in the bucket compared to the $3 billion that Russia spends annually on this stuff. Now a few days after this story appeared on the Dances with Bears site, the Freeland story broke out on other Kremlin-aligned platforms like Consortium News and Russia Insider. At this point, the story remained sort of a Category 2 narrative, meaning that there was breakout to multiple platforms, but the story was sort of contained to non-mainstream platforms. Now, about a week later, this story became a Category 3 narrative when it broke into mainstream media, including the Globe and Mail. We know that Moscow took a very early and very keen interest in Canada and targeting us.
I think that Canadians, what we need to recognize, especially in people in important positions like the board of directors of TIFF, other important opinion leaders, they need to realize the nature of Russian information operations. So when you get presented something like this film, you need to check the background. You need to vet who's behind it, what they've been doing. And the fact that that director had been working at RT for, I think, over 5 years and produced over 11 documentaries, this isn't journalism, what RT does. What RT does is propaganda, it produces disinformation, and it is a tool of the Russian government to weaponize information against us. And just like they say, once KGB, always KGB, I say once RT, always RT. And so we need to do our due diligence when we see these sorts of narratives, especially ones that claim to present alternative views of the war, for example. Because if we don't do that, we're vulnerable. We're making our entire society, our democracy, vulnerable to these sorts of influence operations, information campaigns and such. And so much more awareness is needed.
So thank you very much.
Today, this Toronto Ukrainian Festival brings a lot of Ukrainians. I'm just imagining if Ugandans, we can also join together to bring awareness by coming together in an organization like this one. When I listen to that information, I see that it is the Ukrainians are very organized and they need our support. It's what we are condemning, we are against. The same way Ukrainians are against the war, not only the war, the genocide, we are also condemning silent genocide in Uganda. That's why I feel I'm in the right place and I am standing by Ukraine. I'm standing by you guys to see that you overcome this kind of tyranny. I am coming to represent my people to see that we create an alliance here in Canada. Ugandan Ukrainian alliance.
I'm really concerned about Russian disinformation in Africa in general.
Yes.
But specifically in Uganda.
Yes.
I think that Uganda we need to be supporting Bobby Wine and the Ugandan Democrats.
Yes.
We should be doing that with sanctions to hold the regime to account.
Yes.
We need to be tracking disinformation. We need to be exposing it.
Yes.
And we're not doing it.
Maybe we lack that kind of research on what really they read to make.
But we can work together, and I can help teach some of your colleagues
that is very
to
true.
start doing this themselves.
That is what we want.
That is very important.
Yeah.